And so, if you are yet to know how to calculate your cumulative grade point average as a student, specifically as a law student, because we are using law courses for an example, this is the video for you. And so, let us get into it. All right. So, what we have right here is our hypothetical example, hypothetical courses for our hypothetical student A. Okay. Now, for this student is taking four courses in this semester. We have law of contract, constitutional law, law of evidence, and criminal law. These are the four courses. Now, for you, you have to know your courses for this semester. Now, each course has a unit load. Each course has a unit load. These unit loads are allotted by the university. It is the university that decides what they are. It is not up to me to decide what the unit load for my course is. Neither is it up to you as a student to say, this course, be like say you go carry 4 unit load. No, it is in your student handbook. You look at the student handbook and you know the unit load. I know that most are 3. Then for projects, I think is a 6 unit load. But the higher the unit load, the more important it is, because an A in a 6 unit load course is a lot. But we're going to get to that point. So you need to know. Now, courses that have low unit loads, you still need to have an A at least to have the high. But then, but your A in a lower unit load will not be the same as your A in a higher unit load course. But that is not to say that some courses are not what important. So in our hypothetical example, the unit loads are 3. Now you have to find the total unit loads each semester. So in this our hypothetical semester, we have 3 plus 3 is 6, 6 plus 3 is 9, 9 plus 3 is 12. So in this hypothetical semester, the total unit load or course unit is 12 units. So this student is in a race with 12 units. Now we move on to grade. Let's say after the exam, this student finished the exams and had 72 as the score, and the grade for 72 is A. Had 70, which is an A, 64 in evidence, which is a B, and 50 in criminal law, which is A C. These ones, now you give yourself these ones for exam. Now university give you this one. And now, an A, the grade point for an A is 5. The grade point, if you have A equals to 5 points. Usually the highest point in most universities, 5 points. If you have an A, it's 5. If you have a B, it's 4. If you have a C, it is 3. If you have a D, it is 2. If you have an E, it is 1. And if you have an F, it is 0. Again, A 5, B 4, C 3, D 2, E 1, and F 0. In this our example, this person made an A and the grade point for an A is 5. The grade point for this A again is 5. The grade point for a B is 4. And the grade point for a C is 3. Now, in order to get the CGPA, which is cumulative grade point average of this hypothetical student A, there is something we have to do. And this calculation we are going to be looking at right now is where we multiply the course units. I will use CU times the grade point GP. This would give us scores that we are going to use I think I was behind. In order to calculate this cumulative grade point average of this hypothetical student A, we are going to multiply the course units with the grade points. And so we tagged the course unit as CU and the grade points as GP. All right. Now, the grade point, in order to get this particular column, we multiply 3 times 5. And that gives us what? 15. Just follow the rhythm. This 3 times the grade point of A, which is 5, it gives us 15. 3 times 4, because this student A made a B in law of evidence. 3 times 4 is 12. And then in criminal law, this student made a C, and 3 times 3 is 9. These calculated figures, we are going to get the total of this. And so, what is the total of 15 and 15? I know that 15 plus 15 is 30. 30 plus 12 is 42. 42 plus 9 is 51, I guess. 42 plus 9 is 51. Let me use my calculator and be sure. You know, this idea of mathematics, we'll get there. So we have 30 plus 12 plus 9, that's 51. Now, there are two totals right here that we're going to use. We have two totals that we're going to use for the cumulative grade point average. What we have here is the cumulative grade point. This table is called what? The CGP. What we calculated here is the cumulative grade point, the CGP. However, to get the cumulative grade point average, you have to do something. And so I'm going to wipe everything we have here to get the cumulative average. To get the CGPA, we are going to divide this CGP by the total number of course units in a semester. So you know your semester and you know your course units, you keep it. After your exams, you calculate your scores alongside the grade point and you keep it. The total, which is whatever it is, divided by your course units. And then you're going to get your CGPA. You're going to get your cumulative grade point average. So in the next video, I would have wiped this and then we'll divide 51 by 12. Then we'll get the cumulative grade point average for this semester. For this semester. All right, so with respect to this is the CGP from the last slide. This is the total course unit from the last slide. In order to get the CGPA, the CGP will be divided by the total course unit. And in this example, we have 4.25. 4.25 is ordinarily a second class upper. This is for one semester. If you want to get for 2 semesters in one academic session, let's say 100 level first and second semester, you get all your credit units for both first and second semester, add it together and keep. All your CGP for first and second semester, add it together and keep. Divide the CGP by the total credit load. All right.